So Remnant II has only been out for a couple weeks now, so it doesn't have an official roadmap yet. However, the game's director did an AMA where he gave us details about the different features, quality of life improvements, and DLC they're working on for the future. Hey guys, this is Chris with B&B Gaming. Welcome back, and I hope you're doing amazing today. Thank you for all your support, all your likes, your shares, your comments. Definitely appreciated. And if you're looking for more Remnant 2 content, hit that subscribe button. Now to start out with the big feature that everybody wants for Remnant 2, Crossplay. A user on Reddit asked, is Crossplay something you guys are looking to implement in the future? The game's director, David Adams, who also is the president of Gunfire Games, said, yes, we are looking at it. There are issues with different platforms and what they require in order to allow crossplay, but it is being actively worked on. For the rest of the AMA, I put them into different categories. The first category, game improvements. Ramza900 asked about difficulty. Any chance of changing how the difficulties work in the future? Instead of simply dialing up health, damage, armor numbers, maybe increasing mob density, adding more elites, roaming aberrations, etc. David Adams replied and said, we have some plans for difficulty, but I can't really talk about much right now. As far as build variety, Build Yourself wrote, are tanks supposed to be viable on APOC, or is the one-shot scenario the desired balance? David Adams replied and said, we will definitely be looking at tank DR builds once we get all the issues ironed out. I will say for sure that our intention is to not have one viable build or even two. Our intention is to have multiple viable builds on every difficulty. And as someone who played a ton of Remnant from the Ashes, I can say this is definitely something they're going to do over time. We can expect balancing updates regularly from Gunfire Games. That's what they did with Remnant from the Ashes. Eventually you could run pretty much any build in Remnant from the Ashes and it be viable, and I would expect the same thing to happen with Remnant 2 over time. The second category is quality of life improvements. To start with, loadouts. Sir Weeps a Lot asks, any idea on if when we'll get loadouts? Here the game director replies and says, I can't give you a time frame, but it's on our list of quality of life improvements. The next category, possible quality of life improvement, something that's on the list but currently not being worked on. The developers were asked, has the team considered a transmog system at all? Transmog is essentially where you can take one armor and change the skin of it, so you could put the Void cosmetic onto a Radiant armor set and have the Radiant armor specs while having the Void armor appearance. Transmog is certainly something that comes up, but we'll have to balance it versus all the other stuff we want to do. The next category, DLC. The first question asked to David is, are any new archetypes planned for future DLC? Here the game director simply replies, yes. Another question asked to David was, loving R2 so far. With the game being as successful as it is, can we expect to see some bigger DLC for the game? Here the game director replies and says, we have a lot of plans for the game. If it keeps doing well, hopefully we'll be able to do all of them. We started the first DLC after we finished the main game, and it's already looking pretty cool. Another question asked about DLC, is there any plans on implementing an endless dungeon option where the gates between areas can be corrupted or some other reason that connects you to random areas from all parts of the game? Also, can we get some hints to what a DLC might contain? As far as the endless game modes, he says, maybe, I can't reveal anything. As far as DLC goes, he says, and no, except that we will make it as cool as the base game and don't plan to make any phone-in DLC, so no random BS cosmetics that you paid $20 for. Another question asked about DLC by Traveling Ranger SC, is this game supposed to be like games such as No Man's Sky, or will there be only balanced bug fixes until the team moves on to another project? We have a lot of plans for updates. Obviously we have 3 DLC, which are the paid DLC or part of the season pass. He goes on and says, but we also plan to do a number of free updates as well. I suppose how long the update train keeps going depends 100% on how well the game does, but you can be sure we'll be updating for the foreseeable future. Another question about DLC: will the team be adding more puzzles and secrets in the game? We have 3 DLC planned, which will definitely have puzzles and secrets, plus who knows what else we'll do. Well, I know, but I'm not saying. Final category: possible future content. Cloud417 asks, did we canonically save Rom's Guardian in From the Ashes? Will we go back and find out? Here David Adam replies and says yes. In my head, the official story is that you saved Rom's Guardian, or the Undying King, and I would personally love to go back to Rom. Fun fact, when I designed the character, I wanted him to feel like the God Emperor in God Emperor of Dune, for those of you who have read the book. He continues and says, I have a ton of world ideas, but I can't spoil them. The reason I added this on was I think he's alluding to or hoping that maybe they could make another World of Worlds for Remnant 2. Maybe Remnant 2 will have amazing legs and continue to build a loyal community that love this game and continue to support it. Another question asked about potential future content was by Beneficial Purple. Can we expect other From the Ashes weapons to return? Here the game director says that's definitely possible over time. And the final question asked about potential future content is about adding new modes. Here someone asks, loving the game so far, assume you can't save, but any ETA on survival mode coming to Remnant 2. Here David Adams replies and says, we are talking about potentially adding additional modes in the future, but at the moment we're trying to get all the big ticket items sorted out and get some basic quality of life stuff out, I'm assuming loadouts, for everyone. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Are you enjoying Remnant 2? Are you hoping to see some amazing DLC from these guys? Let us know in the comments below. For me, I'm really enjoying Remnant 2. I think it's as good, if not better, than the first game. One issue I'm having is every once in a while I run into difficulty spikes where I just can't progress any further, so I go and play in other people's game via co-op or play adventure mode or whatever, just to level up my guy a little bit so I can go back, hopefully beat whatever boss I'm stuck on,